In a bustling part of the city, 80-year-old Hassan went to a fair with his parents. Enchanted by the vibrant lights, toys, and the sweet smell of candy, he became so captivated that he lost sight of them. As Hassan realizes he has wandered away, panic begins to set in. He glances around, spotting the joyful chaos of the fair, but feeling increasingly lost and alone. A compassionate vendor spots Hassan's fear and kneels beside him, offering a bright balloon to comfort him. Torn between accepting the gift and longing for his parents, Hassan hesitates, feeling the weight of his solitude. With the balloon in hand, Hassan walks through the fair surrounded by laughter and joy, yet feeling an emptiness. Just then, a kind-hearted woman kneels beside him, offering her help with a comforting smile. In the midst of a bustling crowd, he slipped away to one side, and when he turned around, his parents were nowhere to be seen. Farhana Begum, Hassan's mother, looked around frantically, and when she realized her son was missing, her heart sank into despair. Hassan felt a wave of fear wash over him as he called out for his parents, his voice lost in the noise of the crowd. Farhana Begum dropped to her knees, overwhelmed with worry, desperately scanning every face in hopes of finding her beloved son. The journey begins with Farhana Begum, Hassan's mother, who, upon turning around and not finding her son, feels her heart sink into darkness. Hassan's father, Ijaz Sahib, immediately sets out to search for him. Announcements are made, questions are asked, and a report is filed at the police station, yet there is no trace of Hassan. Neighbors gather outside, exchanging worried glances and whispers about Hassan's mysterious vanishing, their expressions laden with concern. A police officer takes notes nearby, attentively listening to Ijaz Sahib, who fervently gestures to emphasize the urgency of finding his son. Farhana Begum sits on the couch holding a cherished photo of Hassan, tears flowing down her cheeks as she remembers the joyful moments they shared. Meanwhile, Ijaz Sahib stands outside with a close friend, deep in thought as the sun sets behind them, casting elongated shadows that signify a dwindling sense of days transformed into weeks and weeks turned into months in the home of Hassan. Each day passed between hope and despair. His mother knocked on every door, searching for Hassan in every child she saw. Every evening she sat by the door, praying that today would be the day he returned. His father roamed every corner of the city with his son's picture, searching everywhere, placing ads in newspapers and making posts on social media, but without success. The living room grew dimmer with each passing day, filled with family portraits that only deepened the sorrow. Hassan's mother sat alone on the couch, lost in her thoughts, holding a pillow tightly, as if it could bring him back. Meanwhile, news articles and social media platforms buzzed with updates about missing children, yet Hassan's face remained a haunting reminder of their unanswered prayers. As dusk approached, the local park echoed with children's laughter, but to Hassan's mother it was a bittersweet symphony. She stood at the edge, her heart aching as she watched the joy in others, wishing for the same laughter to fill her home. Meanwhile, in a nearby hall, the community gathered holding candles as Hassan's father shared heartfelt stories about his son. Here was Hassan in a strange world. Kind-hearted people took him in and brought him to an orphanage. He often looked out the window and wondered when his parents would come for him. Why weren't they coming? Countless questions swirled in his innocent mind, but there were no answers. Each day, Hassan sat on his little bed holding tightly to a worn-out teddy bear, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and sadness. Outside, he could hear the laughter of other children playing, and while he managed a faint smile, he felt an ache in his heart as he continued to watch from afar. One day, a kind caregiver knelt beside him, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder, trying to reassure him as he looked away, lost in thought. In the corner of the sunlit room, other children were absorbed in their books and drawings, their laughter blending with the cheerful atmosphere of creativity and friendship. One day, a social worker named Ahmed was startled when he saw the picture of a young boy named Hassan, recalling that a troubled couple had been searching for their child for months. He immediately contacted Mr. Ijaz, and when he and Mrs. Farhana arrived at the orphanage and saw Hassan, the mother let out a piercing scream while the son rushed towards his parents with tears streaming down his face. The moment was surreal. Hassan's mother held him tightly as if never wanting to let go again, while his father stood beside them, overwhelmed with emotion. Ahmed and Mr. Ijaz exchanged glances, their hearts swelling with fulfillment at having played a part in restoring this family's happiness. In the cozy confines of the orphanage, the family shared stories, their laughter echoing through the room as they cherished their newfound bond. Outside, Ahmed and Mr. Ijaz stood conversing, reflecting on the significance of their mission to rescue lost children and the joy it brings to families like Hassan.